My name is Jordan Taylor Wright, also known as Taylor Cut Films, and I am from the internet.
I'm searching for something that makes me feel alive and free.
Just kidding, that's where you guys probably think I'm from.
You know,
I started making films in high school in a video production class. It was the first year that our town actually had laptops, and video production was an elective. And I kind of fell in love with the process of making videos. Every single class and project that I had, I would make videos for them. As soon as they're like, oh, you can write a paper, you could do a PowerPoint or make a video, I was making a video. It was actually got to the point where I would make my friends' homework assignments for them because I wanted to make videos. I went to film school. I went to school in Towson in Maryland, majored in film and business and studied psychology. And I quickly learned that you can present the way you think and see the world through a lens. And I fell in love with that process. After I graduated school, I was lucky enough to tour with an artist named Chris Cab. He was signed to Pharrell at the time, and he was opening up for T-Pain and Gym Class Heroes. I was helping him make videos as well as T-Pain and Gym Class Heroes, and I was spending every second filming, and if I wasn't filming, I was making edits. From there, I remember getting back home and thinking that I would never work again. I had quit my job at Best Buy, I had graduated school. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Tour's done, I might as well retire. And then a week later, actually, I got a text saying, are you free to film? We're looking for a good videographer in New York. I responded saying, yes, do you mind me asking if it's a paid gig? And they said, laugh out loud, yeah, it's filming Usher. I filmed him starring in an off-Broadway show for about 3 days, and the next day they were like, what are you doing tomorrow? I was like, I got no plans. Like, well, why don't you come to Saturday Night Live and you can film Saturday Night Live? I said, sounds good. And they're like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I said, oh, I got no plans. They're like, well, we're going to Vegas. We got the Billboard Awards. Why don't you come to Las Vegas? And I was like, all right, sounds good. And I remember being in rehearsal, having not slept for about 4 days, and his day-to-day manager said to me, call your family and tell them you're not gonna be home for a while. I said, sounds good to me. And that led to about a 3-year endeavor. It started with first like doing BTS, and then making videos for his albums, and then album artwork, and then documentary, and then music videos, and then social media, just anything visual and creative, we were doing it together. And it was amazing, and from that process, I got to meet amazing other artists like Justin Bieber. I ended up moving to LA from New York after about 3 years, and I moved into a building, this building. And the same day I moved in was the day that Logan Paul moved in. Rudy Mancuso was living here, King Batch, Amanda Cerny, a bunch of talented artists from the internet. And they were making, believe it or not, 6-second videos. And I had come from a world of making longer videos than that, but basically just knowing how to translate life into a video form. And I started working as a creative director for a company called Shots, and it at the time was a social media app. And then I helped transition it into a studio where we got to make amazing longer form content for comedians and different online creators, and it became Shot Studios. We're making videos like Awkward Puppets and different things of that nature, but I really got tied into the power of being able to make videos on the internet and showcase who you are and telling stories through the internet. Yeah, to this day now, I still do that. It's a bit longer form and sometimes more meaningful projects. I still do music videos, commercials, working on films. I've gotten the ability to work with amazing artists like the Chainsmokers doing the Closer video, Will Smith, brands such as like Marvel and Audi. It's all been amazing. Music for me is essential in the story making process because it sets the tone and allows you to showcase your narrative without any limitations. Being someone who creates a lot of videos on YouTube, a major hassle is dealing with copywritten music. And I recently just found this amazing website called LUTs, which is a service that allows you to license songs from the top artists in the world, and you won't get flagged, and you can still monetize your videos on YouTube. It's actually incredibly affordable. And when you sign up, you get 50% off your first track. To have a resource like this is invaluable because as a creator, you don't want to be boxed in creatively. For me, when I hear a song, I instantaneously picture a video. As a kid, I used to just sit in the backseat of the car with headphones on, listening to songs that move me. And as I looked out the window, I would picture being in a film or being in a music video. And to this day, music is still the thing that ignites and sparks my creativity. So to have a resource like LUTs where you don't have to just use royalty-free music and you're able to use any song from any artist that truly inspires you, allows you to break out of a box and to not have to worry about the narrative and the story that you're shaping. So I highly recommend people check that out. And for me, music is essential in lighting my creative fire. Whenever I'm not feeling creative, I just put on some music, or when I'm going through footage, I have a playlist of songs that I listen to, and that allows me to start to picture and get a tone and a feeling for what type of story I want to tell. So a funny story that I actually remember in terms of having like a really tight deadline is I flew to Paris for Fashion Week, and I had the amazing ability to direct and create kind of this commercial spot for L'Oreal Paris and Balmain. They were doing a joint kind of fashion show together. So I got to film with these amazing models like Rena Shaikh and Barbara Palvin, and even Helen Mirren, the amazing actress, was there and a part of the fashion show as well. And it was just me and one other person, and we were kind of, you know, getting amazing shots, but running and gunning with like the 1DX at the time and a Ronin S. So we were just quickly getting the shots that we can get. It was in front of the Arc de Triomphe. It was looking beautiful. But then we got done filming around 1 in the morning, and the client turned to us and said, "Hey, we'd love to post this by noon tomorrow." And we're in Paris. Obviously, I don't have all of my editing equipment with me, just my laptop. I'm like, okay. So basically, me and a friend just stayed up in the hotel room all night, didn't sleep, found the best royalty-free song we can find for it, ended up making 2 one-minute videos and put it together, and Balmain ended up loving it, L'Oreal loved it, and they shared it the very next day, and then a lot of the models ended up posting and sharing it too. And I remember just thinking to myself, it's crazy how many people can see this and how it could affect people, and how quickly you can finish it with quote-unquote limited resources. Obviously, the camera is very nice and all that stuff, but it just goes to show the power of like your will to be able to want to make something and to be inspired to do it. With the dawn of the internet and the accessibility of people using their phone constantly and new platforms for people to consume stuff on, it really is huge for a creative like myself. It's funny, I kind of got programmed to, you know, like I said, when I was touring, I would film every day, and then that night I would make an edit, so that way there could almost be like a show recap or a recap of what that city felt like. And I didn't realize that was kind of preparing me for the way that society has become today, where it's like, you know, you go out and you're experiencing something with your friends, or you go to a meaningful event, or you go to a place that you find is beautiful, and then you think and you find a way of how to take that experience and that feeling and package it into something that could be tangible, like a video, and putting music behind it and trying to express like, hey, what did this feel like while I was there, and like, how do I see it through my eyes? And then hopefully when you share it, it can then relate to other people and they feel inspired to do the same. And now with the internet, there's so many different avenues and how to do it. It almost gives you like a template. Like Vine was 6 seconds. It's like, how do I make this vertical in 6 seconds, which is still engaging? And then when Instagram went to 15-second video, it's like, how do I make this exciting in 15 seconds? Or TikTok, it's like, how do I then compile this to feel cool in this format? And now, you know, even with YouTube, which I think is probably the place where I'm able to share the longest form of what I'm making, it's exciting because, you know, it kind of gives you a broad umbrella of what to make, but then it's up to you to decide, like, how do you want to do that? Do you want to do it in 1 minute of you talking to a camera? Do you want to do it in 6 minutes of no speaking at all and just music? So I think the internet now has given, you know, not just myself, but other inspiring creators the ability to showcase who they are, and then to have it be instantaneously reached. You can see right away who's engaging with it, how many people, how it's being shared. So yeah, I think it's incredible. And on that note, I just kind of hope anyone that is watching this or that wants to be a creator, don't try to recreate exactly what you see from other people, but like tune into how it allows you to feel, and then take that feeling and then show it through your lens. Because the cool thing is we all have a voice and we all have something inspiring to say. Just have the faith and ability to do it, and then just be inspired. And the moment you don't feel inspired, don't force yourself. You know when it feels good. If it gives yourself goosebumps, it's probably going to give another person goosebumps as well. So do the stuff that makes you feel inspired.